Hi, I'm State Representative Roger Goodman from the 45th Legislative District representing the northeast corner of King County, which includes Woodinville and Duval and the northern parts of Sammamish, Redmond, and Kirkland. First of all, I want to thank you for the honor of serving you. I'm now in my 4th term in the legislature, and it really is an honor and a pleasure. So now the legislature is approaching the middle part of the session here in 2013. The bills that have been introduced in the House and in the Senate have made their way through the various committees looking at different subject matters. I'm the chair of the Public Safety Committee, which has jurisdiction over the criminal justice system. I have introduced about 28 or 29 separate pieces of legislation, 22 of which are still alive, and so they're moving through the committees. And so I'm very busy this week because each of the bills have to make it out of their committee by the end of the week. And then we're going to move to the House floor, where I hope in a future update to show you how it works over there, where the bills are voted on by the entire body, the House, and then we send it over to the Senate. And the Senate is doing the same thing we are, passing their bills and sending them over to us. So the legislation that I'm focusing on in particular has to do with the safety of our communities, safety and security. I want people to be safe in their homes, and so I've been aggressively legislating to reduce domestic violence. I want people to be safe on the roadways, and so I've worked for many years to reduce impaired driving and other road safety conditions. And I want people generally to be safe in our public spaces and safe in our schools. And so I have a lot of legislation to hold people accountable for committing crimes. And this year we have a lot of legislation related to guns and gun violence. One bill that will be heard tomorrow, this week, it has to do with domestic violence and guns. People who are ordered by a court to stay away from someone else, a protection order or a restraining order or a no contact order, can still keep their gun. And I think that doesn't make any sense. If a court is finding that someone is a credible threat to somebody else and issuing an order that they stay away from someone, that they should have to surrender their weapon, at least during that period. And if they're convicted of that crime, then they actually lose their firearms rights. So that bill will be heard tomorrow, and I'm gaining consensus on both sides of the aisle, as we say. Both Democrats and Republicans are agreeing that this is not just some sensational piece of legislation. This is really about targeting, so to speak, those people who are the most violent and have been proven to be violent in our homes and in other public places. So they really shouldn't be having weapons. So I'm hoping that bill moves forward. There's no fiscal effect, there's no cost to the public, but I think it will help make people safer in their homes, as I said. So there are a bunch of other bills too that I'm working on that are longer term projects. We have prison overcrowding. A lot of people are in prison for long periods of time, way past their crime committing age, and it's costing the public a lot of money. But this is a sensitive topic. We want to be able to exact proper justice, and so we're going to be having conversations about how to adjust prison sentences so that we're dispensing justice properly but not wasting the public's money, particularly helping people to make a transition back into the community through evidence-based transitional housing programs with treatment and other work programs so that people come out of prison and don't ever go back. Unfortunately, we have a very high recidivism rate or reoffense rate, so that people who are coming out of our prisons are not making it back in the community, and then they commit crimes and they go back again. And we want to break that cycle. So there are many other issues I'd love to talk to you about, but this is just a brief update. But the most important thing, particularly now as the bills approach the House floor, where we're going to be voting either yes or no on important pieces of legislation, I need to hear from you. And I want you to send me emails, and I want you to give me a phone call here down in Olympia. I'm not up in the district now, so you have to either email me or give me a phone call, or come and visit. We do have a lot of people who come and visit, and that makes a difference to me, the FaceTime, where I can literally sit down with you and talk about the issues that are the most important to you and put those issues on my radar screen, so to speak. And so that's the most effective way to communicate with me. But if you call me on the phone, I'll call you back. I do receive thousands of emails. I think I must have received about 1,000 emails just yesterday, particularly on the issue of gun violence. So it's hard to give a very substantive response to so many emails, but I pay attention and I do read them. So don't hesitate to contact me in any way that you want to. So I'll be back in touch with you again with another update pretty soon, but I want to thank you again for the honor and privilege of serving you, and I hope I can hear from you, and please stay in touch. Thanks very much.